Yo, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? This is your coach Renz, and today starts the mark of a brand new day. And you know, the thing about a brand new day is that in every day, John Wayne had a saying. He says that every day comes to us fresh and brand new. It expects us to do something with it that is greater than the previous day. It puts itself in our hands and expects us to be able to mold it and shape it, utilizing the lessons from the previous day to make today greater. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is energy and change. You see, there is one first natural law, and that is that everything is made from energy. Everything is energy. Not just the matter, the things that you hold in your hand, not just the tables and the chairs and people, but also the thoughts, your consciousness. Everything about you is energy, right? Now, if you understand energy, like there's some sunlight coming in right here. This is energy, and I purposely wanted this energy to come into the picture, into the frame, because this energy is ever changing and ever moving. And that's one of the things about energy. It's never stagnant. It's never the same. It is always changing. It is always moving. If you go scientific and think about it, you got protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? Positive, negative, and then the electrons. The electrons are always moving. And the faster they move, the higher the charge, the more energy, the more change is going on. In our world, we like to call that life, right? So if life is energy, then life is always changing. You know, over the past few weeks, I've had the opportunity to start coaching again, to start doing personal development coaching with multiple clients. And one of those clients, she wanted change in her life. She's looking for change in her life. So she's been doing things to try to create change. But the fact of the matter is, the right change hasn't happened because she didn't understand the processes that it takes in order to manipulate the change. Now, there's another person that I've been getting to know over the last few weeks. Her name is Stacy. Now, the beautiful thing that's going on is that Stacy is having some changes in her life. And not all change feel good, right? We don't necessarily like it. Now, if you look at her page, if you knew her and you looked at her Facebook page, what you see is a lot of people talking about this is just a stage, a setup for your comeback. And I expressed to her in a different method that the law of rhythm says that as you swing to one side, you eventually swing back to the other side. As you lose things here, you'll regain them there. This is the idea that people have of the comeback. But the problem is that most of us don't know how to engineer the comeback. We will say that the comeback is coming, that we're going to pray for it, that we're going to meditate on it. And that is not something that's crazy, because the law of mentalism says that you do have to think about it. The laws of focus say that whatever you focus on is what you're going to bring into your life. But we must understand every aspect of the law of change and the law of rhythm in order so that we can move back up the scale, get back to the status that we were at, but then neutralize it so that we don't swing back to the right. You see, you can have a car today, then lose the car, then get another car, and then lose the car. You can go through this rhythmic pattern of going up and down, elevations and de-escalation. You can go up to the mountaintops, and then you can go back down to the bottom of the valley. But understand that if you want to get to the mountaintop and stay at the mountaintop, maybe you go to a lower edge of the ridge, but then you get back up to the top. Or maybe you go to a lower edge and you go up to a higher peak. We need to learn how to do that. And understanding the law of rhythm and the other natural laws and the laws that really govern the law of attraction would do that. And there's another person. She's experienced a different kind of loss, a different kind of change. She had a loved one die. But there is no death. We must understand that in the law of energy, that since energy can neither be created nor destroyed, that the energy of the consciousness of the person is still valuable, is still there. Just because the energy of the body has changed and slowed down to a point where we call it death, the body is still alive because the energy of the body changes, but more importantly, the energy of the consciousness has changed. The energy of the spirit has changed. And I'm telling you, I understand the loss that you feel, but know that that energy of that consciousness of your loved one has not left you, has not left this existence. Maybe it's left this plane of existence, this third dimensional plane that we exist in this conscious form of the flesh of poverty, but it's moved on to a greater dimension to a level of consciousness and understanding that is beyond what we can fully conceptualize. Some may call it heaven or nirvana, but whatever you deem to call it, it's moved on to a greater understanding of consciousness, of spirit, of dimension, of being with the celestials. She's not gone, just changed. And that's how life works, period. No matter where you exist, life is always about change. And the moment that we recognize that life is about change and that life will continue to change, and that there are laws that govern how those changes happen and occur, and we change what it means to us, change our thought process, our thought pattern, then we can better move within these forces of change. And this is something that I want to teach you guys. I want you guys to understand this. And trust me, this is not wisdom that is brand new. If I ever had to say, what is my gift? What did the Creator gift me with? He gifted me with the ability to go into deep study. But within that deep study, to be able to stand back and say that I can look at all the different isms. I can look at all the different laws. I can look at the chakra systems. I can look at the Kabbalion. I can look at the Emerald Tablets. I can study alchemy and all these other different things from ancient history, ancient times to today. I can study all this wisdom, understanding Socrates, Plato, Francis Bacon, to understand Marcus Aurelius, and to take all of them and stand back and look at the big picture and see the connections, to understand that what Solomon said, and understand also what was taught in the Egyptians and what was taught by the Druids and what was taught by the Dagons and the Mesoamericans, and be able to stand back and see it all in a clear picture, to be able to utilize it and understand that the laws of the Creator and the laws of the universe were set for everyone to know and understand. But sometimes it does take an individual who can look at it from a broad perspective and show you the connections and be able to teach you in your way, in your pathway, in how you believe and how you function, and how you structure your life, how these things work for you. Whether I'm speaking to you from a point of Christianity or Islam, a point of alchemy or the Kabbalion, whether we're talking about sephiras or chakras, I can speak to you on any of those levels to teach you how to utilize the laws that the Creator put in place for you to have dominion over all that you see. Have dominion over you, your personality, your emotions, have dominion over the material things of this planet, so that you can live that great life, so that you can have the life that you deserve, so you can be the greatest version of you, so that you can master you. So this video is being put out on many different forms, but I want you to go to the Facebook page, Mastering the Laws of Attraction, and like that page, because starting on Monday, we're going to have chats, and I want you guys to be a part of those chats, because your greatness is non-negotiable, and so is mine.